It's about a man who's just come back from World War One. He's trying to, he's been through so much trauma and tries to kind of escape, I guess, himself and the rest of the world, and takes on this job that most people are not very interested in because it's taking care of a lighthouse out in the middle of nowhere. You're away for 2 years, leaves, and just before he goes out, he meets this young woman and they fall in love and they go out together. But they are, they go through a lot of loss, and the film and the story takes a big turn, and it's about great people and good people who, sometimes in life don't make maybe the best choices or the best decisions. I read the script before I read the book, but both of them had me in tears. And, it's a story when it's a great love story, but it's also, it's a third party that comes in halfway through with the role of Hannah. And it's just a film and a story that makes me believe every single character, and I feel for all of them. And even though they're two different sides to an argument, I kind of feel for all of them. She's very naive in a way, and she's very open, and she doesn't think. I think she's a very emotional person. Either if it's black or white, I think she just goes for it. And that makes her, sometimes, she goes with her impulses, which in this story can take her on quite tough journeys. But I admire her for her willpower and her strength and life spirit. Well, I also saw her as quite whimsical, and her parents maybe look at her and see this girl who doesn't see reality for what it is. And I think when she meets Tom, she has a man who actually lets her be, who she is, and is calm about it, and also see I don't know. Yeah, I think she feels calm with Tom. She's able to relax and be herself. I think most of the preparation with this film comes with how Derek, our director, works. I mean, I've never shot a film the way we do now, and I knew about, I've heard about the way he works, and I was a big admirer of Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines, and I know I've met a few people that had worked with him before I even met him, and he kind of creates the opportunity and the space for us to just be in it. We lived on set. Derek, I, Michael, the tiny crew, we lived on the beach 20 seconds away from the house, and we actually changed makeup and hair in the shed of the house, of the set. And the first day I actually came, I mean, we did have 2 weeks of rehearsals, and of course I did prep work with my, the dialect, which is quite British in the 1920s. He made it possible. He had all the sets built up for us to be able to live in them. Derek is so humble and so giving in the fact that he just let us be in the scene and kind of see whatever happens, we play it out, and then he just throw out, go back from start, like go with the first sentence again. And then then you've already been in it, and you don't need to cut and do it all over again. You can just have a continuous take, but kind of, circle the scene and be in it. And it's a very special way of working, I guess. It's been wonderful working with Michael. I've been, a big admirer of his work. I knew that he was attached, and I think I've seen most of his films before, and he is such a committed actor. I mean, just to be able to go in there and he gives you everything on every single take. I hope that the audience will, experience what I felt when I read the script, when I read the book. I was, quite thrown by the emotional journey, and I enjoyed being able to just let go and to feel all the, the loss, but also I think it made me feel okay with some of the maybe not the best choices I've done in my life, and to also accept and know that that is a part of life. And that's why I fell in love with all the characters in this film, and that I hope that the audience will do too. They had me walk into this shed with my eyes closed, not looking anywhere. I mean, it was pitch black anyway. They took me in there and they put me in my costume for the first time and my makeup. And then they just had me sit there. And I didn't see Derek, I didn't see anyone. And then the AD came in and said, well, Alicia, we're now gonna open this door. There was no windows in the shed. And you're gonna, just look around. You'll see Derek and, the DOP and a tiny crew somewhere. Just walk and towards them and experience the island for the first time. And that's what I did. So I opened up the door, I ran up this hill as my character, and I got to use her, childlike excitement of just feeling the nature. And then I walked up towards the lighthouse. And then at that moment, on the other side of the hill, the sun came up, maybe 5 seconds after I actually reached the top. And I was just struck by, I had never seen such a beautiful place in my life.
La luce sugli oceani, dall'8 marzo al cinema.